my stuff. Go online. Be proud of anything you they do. Go online. I be proud blogger. Go online. Sammykay.com. Go online. Go check my stuff. Go online. Be proud of anything you they do. Go online. One God. Happy New Year. This whole year I don't see you.
As I see you, I see you.
Why? What's I fresh?
Oh, because here I am now.
On down pony. Is it?
But on a good day, I say I make me and cutting quite before we saw me to me come because me come sana me kosa. Oh, me say the mess about baby me I had me I can cry me down the heavy Debbie, and of party I'm sorry, you know, sometimes you'll be surprised, say there'll be some man for the test to me. Yeah, and then I'm sorry, after sorry there 12:30. Was a breakfast time go. It made you never 7.
Is this the one now? Sorry, 12:30.
I made that very 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now I comes with it.
Even when they are supposed to do, now they are only gig.
Yeah, even when you go to now gig piano, yeah, me no, I will be doing some other things like. I will be sitting and thinking, or I'm always doing something, or I'm sleeping, because there's a studio at home. So as and when it's always available, you just get kicked and say, okay. So sometimes I sit in the studio the whole time. My life is really not too many things. You know?
So I'm sorry, I'm getting personal.
Oh, no problem, sir.
If you have me at it,
no problem.
But the ones that
no
I feel say you said that and air blood is so only my journey like typically be a fan. We don't cook kitchen because okay, prepare something for maybe a name or you what can you do?
Oh, me, I'm not a chefy kind of guy. Also, guys be already or no qualifies in your band. Yeah, me in Casa squad, no make a squad now to me, yeah. 1-2-1-2 magic poor na say on me come oh you know I want to test our morning stew ne ebia those ones the over to media forward you no but some kwan ni sa kan we need there sabi you me guso amisia because me to back I say we me play blame games but I grew up in a family of 5 ladies and as I say, they pamper me small, so you know that level.
So let's say maybe a day a special day.
It's okay, it's really.
So you'll be fighting and
oh,
otherwise I'll handle family.
Okay. The most of me, they are not the minimum.
This is 2021.
Yeah, 2021 they no crank wow. I don't say then I end down so time zones ne count. Say we are doing do say the world now that's international something. Over there no be from I be at 1-2 a.m. there about and I'm in New York and I be on nothing at their chairman meeting. The time zones also can be most of it you're always busy doing something or the other. And it has actually affected my sleep pattern a lot. So you know sometimes times you expect that we'll be asleep we're not. Or sometimes otherwise. Times that you expect that we'll be awake we're asleep.
So if I
see somebody pull, you see pull and obviously brandish. Pull is pull. When I hear this, pull, brandish. Yo, who them? Did you see any of those videos? Video now concern at the Bino. Where was it? The specific issue was that it was right there over there. It wasn't even pulled. It made the headlines to the highest. We are in this country where people have pulled guns and fired. And nothing has been said about that. But politicians, boom, bang, bang, and that. But if it is Stonebwoy or Shatawale or in the music scene, you should expect that it to go further. Because it's as some can say, you know, we are one big family. But Ghana for episode Sarkodie should be saying that is one of the reasons why I couldn't fathom the whole thing. there was no where the gun matter come from, Sepa shock. And furthermore, there was a wit baby. I'm a father, and they say, hey, where concocted, and they say, and in the police station place, no, there was one witness guy who went to put a witness statement that they saw me with a gun. So you can understand the type of battles I'm fighting in this place where everybody is trying to go on with a gun thing. But I'm home and I smile. My wife gets very worried about it, but I'm like, yo, easy. Because in the end, when it's true, the truth will come out in the end. So it's as a Ghana for no money, and I go fight with the door. Means I don't know. It's just a few people who will be saying what they want to say. And negative news also flies. So but all these gun things, there's not be any other whatever. The xylophone issue was a totally different one. There was attack. They literally, the hoodlums with all sorts of weapons and guns at us. My Benz was not a xylophone car. I bought it by my own monies and all. They were trying to seize it, take the car keys. There were hoodlums from people who have been jailed and imprisoned. They had knives and guns on them. Was it not for the licensed firearm, I would be dead by now. You see, you guys don't sometimes get the core of the whole thing. You see, so that self-defense part, is what you guys. But God being so good, we've gone over that. I hardly spoke about that also because at the time, Nanapia Mensa, I respect a lot of people at me if I want to speak about some of these things that have ever happened to me. It will become other people's shame and jail. But I don't do that. So I bear it nicely. Because in the end, if it is not the truth, you won't find me in the coop. So if you don't find me in the coop and you're still propagating then something must tell you that it is a different story. So that's it. So this gun thing, we're in 2021. Let nobody, those who hate you would always make up stories anyway. And we are in the media light. The artists, Ebrani. We are serious.
So are you going to work at it, or you let it go and not be worried about how?
I think we worked at it.
Yeah.
If not, 2019 would have been one of the worst years downside. We worked at it from different angles, and we redeemed our image to a level where even I can tell you that my love increased outside of Ghana the more. Because, for instance, all these things that we hear happen outside in multiple times. So my Jamaicans were like, my Nigeria, like I went to Nigeria again at one time. Everybody, all the immigration, like there's always a positive, at least out of some negatives. So that gave us a very huge, and even so, it sold the VGMA even better, and even more to audiences that wouldn't even have known VGMA was an award, or they were fighting out the awards. What awards was that? It's one Ghana Awards, which is VGMA Awards. Like, so I think that we moved on, and I will beg everybody for us to move on from that one, to look at the positive things that has derived for us, so that we continue to go. So me, I'm not a temperamental person. I'm a very disciplined person from my childbirth. My discipline is like that. So I grew with it.
Which one is that?
Management and senator.
No, my wife is not part of the management. You know.
Well, where you made you man?
She is very instrumental in in most of the things I do. But on here, I said my employer is saying my wife is the manager, and I'm my wife is saying me home come home and be via me or in their farm.
Player is just a wife.
Say,
play cry, just a wife.
Why? For now, because you can't tell. What I said, Rubio play cry now. She's a doctor and she has a lot to do. She has her own businesses going on and stuff. So, I can't pin her as on say or manager say everything. But Obwa in every aspect. Many of the things she does that you guys don't even know about.
I'm not as an artist manager, and I'm management member. Work without the artist's spouse. So we are lucky na owning dear or your sebe bagrimba a made jumano a yes no. Nyamia don't experience into any and you to phobia you might be a normal worry. And no, the girlfriend crap on who is artist now. Who should share girlfriend crap on sounds artist. Yeah, and that's how it works. Yeah. And the truth also is, by extension, girlfriend is part of management.
You see, the reason why I was maybe share and I'm in questions. But my main can is a memo. Who's a papa in one year school? Me, no, to get no idea school. Me, no, or yeah, the future school. And on me, no problem. Me, no, put a school official phone. And see, who's so big if anybody wants to transfer business to the school, goes to that. But because papa didn't get no problem.
Scannership. Father, we are friends of scannership. Go social media. You will be a kind of scannership. Whatever can sound of it. You are kind of scannership.
Obviously, I think nobody have problem. And we hear a whole lot of things. That's why I'm asking you this question.
Yeah, would it be such as say? I've had situations where girlfriends be a job and I try for my children. Oh, friend, you're back catching on no problem. But what can we do? Yeah, nipa. So I say, and I mean, and you say, yeah, Tihano, me bar Benetton, Lord, when it is you. I have seen firsthand. And you said, on your nipa be a one and so I say, but me who can cry and say, you might do a meeting in your oil. It is obey ya, mammy. Na say ni na the credit na my management na obema ne tia say on can management ho a me penisa ejuma o aha nti ye ka management enye ejuma boni o ye doctor ye nyina nim say be onye so otifie na ne sa hye na dem fi in fact ye ma me mo kro mo tifie o mo hye nkwara say ejuma ne ye den sen hwe nti because you think so be a housewife aye mbunu but say Abason, that's what I was pointing out.
Yeah.
By way of interrupting, I'm sorry, but that was it.
One point about by person scanning beshi. Sharp. Oh, rice they say rice is a rice cooker or what I say. If you cook no, Oma cooker ni see what our man water. Sometimes when Mona but you do you rinse it so that it takes off. But I'm very honest. If you saw neat sa pepepe. Inti no na me sometimes when the oil kakra go so no na want salt to my taste na my boil and then go na just say I leave it to simmer. And when it simmer it's seamless. It comes out in grains and I enjoy it.
That's a good one. But still not a good one. I'm only a wapas.
See,
cook a rice cooker into wapas.
Still no me be at because last time we tried, very, very nice. And I'm saying, recipe, no, yeah. Me the my wife. No, and they say I'm a retire was still signing. Don't say a sign contract, me, you be payment breachy. Yeah, give me that money.
Interesting. Right, so if you just.
Yes. What's the deal when we said, we full term?
You might be sure we full term.
Same with my answer. It depends on how I know. Oh, but I say me a quick tempered. Yeah, I say no, maybe. They are very, quick tempered. I say quick tempered. No. The abam the money ban is and say, I say one or two situations. And I do we are in the media light until say, but could be nearby a crown. Could be able to media farm. They are caster. But I would like for people not to believe such say, you know. But also I'm not slow to as a be always slow. You know, I mean slow. Maybe I said banana send me to make a margin for one. Me also be an any processor speed. Maybe the processor in maybe I hold the 5 minutes be processor, I mean 1 minute. It's your honor by say be having my head quick, but be the processor speed. I don't maybe reacting to some things, you know. And most of you know say the discipline I mean and you know sometimes you know I can't take some kind of things too far. But I'm a very careful person. I think through things before I do them. I try the best I always do. Sometimes you'll be amazed. Also, it's not everybody who knows me in person, so I'm not even trying to push myself on people. You'll be surprised things you expect me to react to. I'll just be there looking at them because it's no, you know. We face a lot of troubles whilst doing the AA as musicians. what I also know is that we live our life for this. Most of us, I mean, we can't do anything else, because once you get to this level, as high as we are going to go down now to become maybe, let's say, say be a uja nim to ono. Put me koye nurse, put me koye doctor, put me koye police, and now to me koye be a banker and everything. Well, it's difficult for us to get to this level that we are now. Like myself, and there's so many other big artists we have here in Ghana, to complete this phase and move on to another phase. If that was the case, we would do this for fun, so that we all know we have a job that pays, that that people even respect somehow. But so we go through and we live our life literally for this that we do. But we realize that things are not as smooth as it feels. When people see us on the street and all of that, they expect more. They expect a lot of things from us. And we also do the best we can to make sure we actually live up to expectations, from all angles, And it's not easy. Music is what we sell. Our life is music, our brand, and expecting some big stuff. The other day, some security guys have said, "Oh, energy 1,000 Ghana level." So to say, my inability to help the numerous appeals that come my way, the way I wish I could, and it also means I send the wrong signal out there. I have changed. Also, sometimes growth is inevitable, and we are humans, So in the end, it's the same old boy trying to hustle music. So I want people to see it on that level. Like I say, though, and then we've gotten to this height, and we give thanks to God and to the following who have supported us to this point. But we deserve support, just like any other industry. So, bottom line, please, we want our works to pay us as much as we put them in here in Ghana. And the system's set so that radio can pay us. Everybody that's supposed to pay us when they use our material should pay us. And also, I want to add on, let us try and patronize our works more and more. Like when my album came out, irrespective of the corona times, however, I know things we've had them physically placed in some shell shops and some vantage points. And I think that these are also avenues. I know things are getting onto a digital levels, but once this is not out of the way, like cassettes are out of the way, we can still grab the pen drives. I have all those available now. I just only, pray for patronage. Likewise, we have the merchandise on the side, which is the Beam Shop. It delivers worldwide. You can see me in a new hat as well. So these are the things that we juggle on the side, to be able to keep pushing our image, our brand as work that we do. But we lose a lot from not getting what we deserve from the music itself, apart from shows and all that. So this is all my plea. Like, we just pray that the system works and the system be set so that we can, live up to expectations also. That's it. I mean, once I said where the bar over KB, no matter how long. Initially, they say they are motivated, no crowd, and it was, and you're correct. Also, sometimes I identify and I wouldn't be over train. You do more and I'm a and I say, there was no issue like that. Sammykay, the other side of it is that nobody has heard say, nobody has also heard say, my videographer also got bruised at his back, and one of my security people also got. Car been a little bit free, car now I'm team one, church that we fairly break. And over speeding to the first car that we were using, 2 SUVs, that one managed to dodge. I was even sleeping, and then I woke up with the bag, and I was, saying, oh, that car moved. So my history, I just still, once the damage was not, too much, and nobody died, however, we just, so we had to move. We were somewhere around BBN. I went to do Beam Fridays, which was a huge success in Sarkodie also. Been called, and that was my first time for Christmas. I mean, for the New Year's. So, it gave me a lot of joy to visit far people too also. So they showed a lot. So that was it. So when the driver hit our car like that, I had to catch him. There was around 12 2:40 thereabout, and I needed to catch a flight at 2:20 p.m. to get to Accra to do the match of the day and commentary event. So now I pen in them. Rather than to so yes, I mean, or to kind of Wednesday, and a passengers so cry yan and near the other because so fairly break all day, but enjoy the ball 1 BMW. And I just back on a swerve and I mean, so the boy, can't so the boys near escorting say the idea the end your pentemti tena. One of the cars, Munayan Kumasi, until we call Kumasi, say yeah back. I didn't do none of those. I am only narrating, so say yeah back Kumasi on a bar near Bedlogia because SUB now the company was we rented the cars from Kumasi so that it's just quick we can get on our flight. Because if we waste some more time over there, you'll be to lose flight and I might not be able to make it to rehearsals and all of that to do the show. So that was how we got the guy in. But when we got to a barrier, we stopped and spoke to police people. Said they saw the situation on from the barrier. So we told them, say, and you come join here. Now, bakun DH, and then so that the whole thing can just be like smooth. But I'm so meant to me and DH near there. I'm like, I mean, call for the chum say no. You know, go hospital, all that one long. We just want to move to Kumasi, leave the kids there, we can also fly. As I say, but in the so we just moved on like that. Police from Tomlin. So we also moved, we are running out of time. And we all know how sometimes the police and us can deal. Though they are our friends, we all know that vibe. Okay, so we come to my say, hey, one year to match you out to. We all know, let's not play like we don't to know. So that was the kind of vibe. And then we drove on. So when we got to the next barrier, we now spoke to one of them and he joined us. And already information had been sent from the first people, some odious information to the rest of them that there is some kidnapping, there is some. We didn't even know till we got to Abuakwa. We didn't even know that was the information sent to all the, until we got to Abuakwa. When we got to Abuakwa, we met another block anyway. Road raid. I'm like, yo, I was not going to go deep into this, but this is such a simple issue that was escalated. So when we got there, the police. Debbie. You pentem cry. You pentem cry. Say, man, say, will be or be passengers. They cry for mobile driver. Saying, I don't cook here. You know that come. But that one's a bus ram. Only driver's license. Okay, tap your water company. Be there. So. You also pentem. You do one road the block and on my who say there's a kidnappers reported. Meaning now I'm in Kasao, Michelle anymore because I have people with me who are doing the talking. So I like none of that, please. There's even a police officer with us here and that. So please could you help us get to the airport quick and then we fly, you guys can deal with the thing. Because by the time they do one, the driver called the car owner and it's like, oh, and sure, we also were not complaining about anything. We'll fix our things, me, my neck, however, case back. Ideally, we're supposed to do police report battalion. Sometimes you pentem only for the Omomushia was out. You come on with who say oh it's true. No, you be a quiet area. You continue. The other car is not coming, but we had to rush to the airport, fix what we had to fix, and that's all I saw of the whole case. Only to get to the airport to start hearing your people have been arrested. This one. So I got to Accra, very disturbed, making all the phone calls to get them out, but none of per information. We were not even only one of them the one who was speaking to them. A police committee as well. So where Russia to match, you know, and I don't know the children in but nobody else was touched. But by night he had moved. So that was just the whole case. But you know, sometimes it's rather unfortunate that things definitely because it's us by the grace of God. So me, these things won't bother me like that. Honestly, boss. If I hear these things in the air, it doesn't bother me when I know that. So I just chill, I just calm.
How do you feel? Do you think that?
And I heard the news says Stonebwoy near accident, Love FM near there. Oh yeah, and Stonebwoy is at large on a police, you know, platform. No. They wrote the thing, but that moment, now many of penny back at the hall, no, they tell me, yes, and I'm see madam police one day say, be no to me, if I any easy now. I have to be honest about this, because by the end, I will be to my cow, and on idea will be your town when you point to class at their town more. the other also know be so like I say, hey, me nipa to me yes, but this is how simple this case was. There's no wahala. So the whereabouts of the driver, I don't know. For hitting us, for whatever. So that's all I can say about that. I'm not dead. I was not arrested. I'm not at large. There's no kidnapping.
How do you see the media in terms of coverage of AI issues? You think that media they unfair to you and I send other people?
Obi be me one time on YouTube, bro. We say, LMC, be card answer because the media messes with us. In school, we are all in Nigeria, you know. Say sometimes we all know it's the media. Sometimes they blow things out of proportion. And who loves you loves you. Who hates you will always find a reason to hate you. That's the kind of game we play, you know. But there are brands and images attached, you know, emotionally to a lot of people. So when some of these things pop up like this, I'm only worried for those who would never get to hear the end of it or never get to hear my side of it, because it's not always that I would have to answer certain things, except I'm given the right platform, you know. So that was how my year started, in a media propaganda.
So you don't.
I mean, it's a good question to ask, but when I say right source, most of them, it's not only who to call. I mean, there are a lot of people around me. You can also call, you know, you can get information. They know how to get me. They know how to get me to, you know, so that one is not news.
I think that now,
Yeah.
now, like I said, okay, it's okay, because now, back, we have not been doing much of the contacting, but I mean, my production team we do some of the contact, but maybe because now I know Beckman is here, Richard is here, and because we go way back, so now I know it's okay. Either two, we know that if anything, we have to turn to CD. After the exit of CD, it was a bit not too clear for some of us. I mean, why is the right source? The cop when you need something from Stonebwoy. But I think with Richard and people now, it's becoming clear now.
Yeah. What it is that you see, people are not used to, when it comes to artists in Ghana, to contacting a certain particular number for information. They are used to, I know this one, let me call him. I know that one, let me call him. I remember putting out a number on air several times. Once you contact that number, however, whatever it is, we'll be able to attend to it and give you the right information. But it's also good that you know now, you know, Mr. Richard is a close pal as well, industry man from time. So, you know, that's like one of the ways that we love to do things here in Ghana. Like, oh, minimum way. Until you say, a Jumana that one I say, maybe I too different.
Okay, so let's cut to the chase. Let's get it now. As far as Stonebwoy you're concerned, now who is the right source?
I am over to my friend 050-15-50,000. Which will friend. Box sites now, Coco now, get direct with the other family.
Each have to take his course, or what exactly what's going on?
Nothing is going on. That's what I can say. Honestly, you've mentioned two things, and the second one is nature will take its course, and definitely, you know, the kind of man I am, I don't keep grudges. I try to express myself right there and there, and I'm off. So I think, as it stands now, I don't. Also, our first point, and they say, why effort? And I'm not obliged in any jurisdiction to make it seem that I am the one that's supposed to. Because that's how you stated, that's what I'm answering. I say, they say, yeah, me say, the
question was,
and Tissa.
Why you be ABA or Casemo, you know, you think that why your parts or you don't.
Oh, as they say, as they say they are banana, the opposite. I don't know how else I'm going to answer, but I mean, this is the same.
Okay, so nature would.
When ABA and Yami, I don't know, say, she has somewhere, somehow, we'll take it from there. We are two big men, we know how to.
So nature would.
Most importantly, I mean, I believe that in that situation, he was not a direct person. The direct person in that situation was Angel, which I believe said, I can always say we are cool. You know, anytime we meet up, we vibe. It's the fact that we haven't met one after. So maybe when we meet up, you don't know. Boys are always boys. We can hold on one or two and give you guys an
Okay. So the second question on awards. 2 months ago, you nominated for Youth Excellence Awards.
Yeah.
And then you said, Mama fans no M2 because of 1 or 2 reasons.
Yeah.
Now let me also refer you to a 2019 tweet.
So,
yeah. October 10, 2019, who tweeted said, why do fans have to pay to vote on top of data already paid for to enable their favorite artists win an award and also pay to attend awards? And why are artists obliged to use their own mileage to campaign for their awards on top? Who actually gains, organizers or artists? This is your tweet 2019. Let me take you to a last reference.
Good.
Same 2019, 3 music awards. Stonebwoy urges organizers to eschew mediocrity. And then one last quote from the same story. So one of your quotes, in the story said, "I'll beg of all these award organizers to try so hard in their own way if they have to go out in their lives once they believe and know that this is the right thing." Because so what's your from 2019 till now? It's a perception you have about awards. Why do fans have to pay to vote on top
asked a
of
question that was never answered to date. And I think by all standards, there was no derogatory or insulting anything.
We're just making inquiries.
There was just inquiries. There are like 3 questions of. Then it's just a metal sitting there with wood and stick. Specific. Then the recognition as well. If the platform or the award that there is, has enough mileage to push my work to a different audience, and if there is some guarantee that this one gives me such and such and such, these are the things I think we can gain from. I mean, the way you go, that come and hit you.
But
I'm just saying what ask me say, what do we gain? I think these are the things that we gain. The mileage, if and only when the award scheme is bigger than the artist.
So clearly,
it's 1 point.
Yeah.
We can debate, but it's 1 point because some award schemes have that power to actually push you and they are guaranteed. So I'm just saying I'm not downing any award, but I'm just specifying the things that we stand to gain.
Yeah.
If not, I have come across a lot of few awards that are springing up that I and the likes of myself will be the ones to actually push the awards to become what it is.
I think it's artists.
Go check my stuff online. Proud of anything you they do online. I be proud blogger online. Sammykay.com online. Go check my stuff online.